The moment you say I'm gay, I'm trans, I'm this, I'm that, whatever does not fit the normalized behavior, it becomes something different.
Right.
So
you can start when you feel comfortable.
Hey guys, this is the Queer Millennials, The Key. I'm James.
I'm Lex.
I'm Jupiter.
And today we're going to talk about coming out. So, buckle up.
Get your seats ready.
And enjoy the show.
On today's QQ, we'll be talking about our coming out stories in one word. So for mine, I would say it's simple. And the reason why I say simple is because my entire family is gay. Besides probably 4, the majority of my entire family. So I would say, yeah, it was simple.
Mine was anticlimactic because Mama always knows, you know? So she was just like, I was just waiting for you to say something.
Wait, that's what anticlimactic means?
In other words, simple. Oh, you learned something new!
My mom, she was just like, oh, well, as long as you're being safe and stuff like that, that's all that matters. Like, you're still my child. I still love you. And then my sister came out. So
For me, it was tragic.
Ooh.
So I had to come out to my father and my mother separately. My father, I came out to him by default. So like, it was one night in college, I was drunk as fuck. And I called him, left a voicemail, and I was just like, I just want to let you know that I don't know what I said, but I was like, I'm gay or whatever I said. Well, I was like, I don't care what you think, I just want to let you know, blah, blah, blah. I hung up the phone. I woke up to a missed call from him and a voicemail from him. He was just like, who the f*** you think you are calling me talking that shit? I will kill you, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Ooh. But we're in a better place now. But like initially, that was his reaction.
How old were you?
Ooh, I was maybe 22, I want to say.
Okay.
22. And when I came up to my mom, that was like even more like, ugh. So I was sitting in the living room on the left seat. And she was just like, we need to talk. I'm like, oh shit. Like I felt it in my spirit. I was like, she's about to just ask. She was just like, are you gay? And then I was just like, yeah. She was just like, mind you, I'm from the South. So it was just like the Bible Belt. Mm. So she was just like, I just want to let you know, I will always love you, but I will never accept it. And that's kind of like where we are today. She still is not accepting of it whatsoever.
On today's topic on The Key, it's coming out, obviously. We all coming out in some way. But the question is, why is coming out important and why is it a thing?
For me, I feel as though coming out is you accepting and living in your truth.
Okay.
It's like you're opening up that door to like, yes, this is me. I'm stepping into that life of who I am. It's not even about appeasing it for anybody else. You could be doing it for yourself, honestly. Mm-hmm. Like, you really don't have to do it for anybody else aside for you, if you want to. Like, there are people who are out here who don't really feel the need to be like, oh, I'm coming out. Like, I don't really want to say that coming out for me was a big old haha, I'm coming out. It was just like, you asked me the question, I confirmed. Or if I wasn't really meshing with you like that, I was like, well, that's none of your business. Mm-hmm. My life is my life, and I'm gonna live whichever way I want to.
True. For me, I don't feel like us as LGBTQ plus individuals should have a coming out story, or just even a coming out moment, unless it's for self. Just off what you were saying, I feel like with coming out and identifying that you are anything along the spectrum, it's something that you want to address with yourself, with oneself, and like, you know, okay, this is what I am, this is my truth, blah 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 blah. You don't have to accept it, but respect it.
I feel like it's a thing because it's just like by default everyone's considered heterosexual until you say otherwise. And it's kind of like that whole like Mariah Carey thing when she like reclaimed her age. She's like, now I'm about to have anniversaries or birthdays. I feel like when you come out, it's kind of like you're reborn. Because it's like you are accepting your true self, your true identity. Right. So now it's like you can let the world see you for who you are versus what your parents try to raise you as, or what you may be struggling with internally and trying to hide by being like DL and stuff like that. Right. So I feel like coming out is like one of those things where it's just kind of like, this is who I am for the world to see and for the world to know. But like you said, like if you want to be private with it, I mean, it's your business.
True. For me, like I'm very open. I'm very just out there. Like, oh yes, I'm gay. Both. Right. But some people don't have that. People don't have that. Like prime example with Pose, with the first season when which is the main character? Damon. When Damon came out,
that scene.
And his father whooped him. His mother was like, "You will not bring that into my home." That was a crucial moment because people really live that. That is their reality. Yes. So for me to say, "Oh well, I can be accepted," I have an accepted family. I have an open family.
Right.
I have those individuals in my home and in my space constantly. Other individuals do not.
Why does the LGBT community tend to have a misconception about DL men?
I feel like giving just different like households, different religion, cultures, it's sort of a rush process, especially when you're involved intimately with an individual. It becomes like, oh well, we can do this, we can do that. But when you're in public, it's like we can't interact. Okay. Not even like, oh hey, what's up, or blah blah. Okay. Even though I'm not making it hot as me just being open, I'm not making it hot, but you feel like you have to protect something. Okay. And that's what you don't personally identify with. Okay. Well, with being in that, I guess along that spectrum. So I guess like us just being open and we have accepted who we are as individuals, we, I guess, force that upon you. Which is a toxic trait, but also it's like there's lies, there's different things that feed that.
It's trauma, it's annoying, it's bullshit. But I understand like everyone has a process of them coming into their own, but it's
true.
It's just stressful and annoying when behind closed doors we doing all this shit, you saying all this shit to me, but like you said, we see each other in public, it's like we can't even speak. Cause like me personally, it's like in college, there was like the time where I messed with a bunch of DL people just because like I wasn't out, but it was like I was out to like my friends and shit. So it was just kind of like I was messing with like athletes, Greek people, shit like that. So it was just kind of like that was something that I had to do if I wanted to keep that relationship, especially behind closed doors. It's just like, oh, we can be together soon. Just give me some time. I'm still like working on myself, all this type of shit. And it's like you're stringing me along just because you want to keep. But really, truly, you're not really trying to do anything like a relationship. And that's what, in my mind, is what we're working towards. But in reality, it's not that. It could be, but it's just like the process. That whole process is just stressful. That's why now it's just like I'm never DL man again because it's too much work.
They feel like a fetish. Oh, like I want to sleep with a man, see what it is to sleep with a man. I like what it is. I like what it is, what it entails to sleep with a man. Okay. But I'm not gay. Because that's usually what they go toward. A lot, not all, usually with majority. I would say majority. Okay. Go towards like, oh well, I'm not gay because I'm not getting penetrated. Well, like you sleep with a man, you just stick something about a man. And as much as they want to push this I guess agenda, oh, head is head, whether it's from a man or a woman, you can hear from a man that says something about you. Like it says something about you. That it tells something about you. Okay. That gives something about you.
The reason why it's such a stigma against DL men is because of the fact I feel, and I'm gonna be the one that's gonna probably
devil's advocate.
Probably not devil's advocate, but more have a sympathetic side towards it.
Okay.
Understanding the fact that you gotta meet people at wherever they're at.
True.
You have to be able to understand the fact, not you have to be able to understand the fact, but you gotta be willing to be open
True.
to understand the fact that the reason why they can't come out,
True.
the reason why they're taking so long to come out. They might have fears, they might have boundaries to why they can't come out and why they're not ready to come out yet. We tend to want to rush their coming out.
You're absolutely right.
Where I'm at now, it feels like me personally, I'm going back in the closet with them. And then it's like I'm like prepping them, teaching them what to do so we can walk out the closet together. But it's just like if you really feeling that person, I mean, by all means, fuck with a deal person. But I know for me personally, I just can't. It's too much work, too much unneeded work. It's like we can be friends and I can coach you that way, but as far as like emotional relationship type shit, I don't have time for my heart to go through that again. What are some of the pressures that people go through when they're coming out?
Definitely societal pressures. People see being part of the LGBT community as not being a societal norm, even though we have a lot of progression within our society. There's still people who are still closed-minded about what being a part of the LGBTQ plus community is all about.
Being gay, being trans, being asexual, and beyond. It's just different things. It's just different norms. It's different conversations. It's different narratives that run in those communities.
Right.
So just adjusting to that, and then also adjusting to your own reality.
I feel like it's just knowing what relationships are still going to stand the test of time.
True.
Like once you come out, like for me, coming from the Bible Belt from the South, everything is like super, super, super Christian. So everything is like by the Bible. Oh, homosexuality is an abomination. All this type of stuff. Or like for me personally, like my mom, she's very like church mother-esque, so to speak. Ooh. So when I came out, it was just like I ain't having it. She's still like I ain't having it. So it's just kind of like you having to work through that. Like your relationship, some relationships will be changed forever. Some relationships will dissolve forever.
What is some advice that you would give to those who are struggling with coming out?
I would say just come out, because life is not worth living if you can't live your life 100% out.
Authentically?
There you go. That's the word I was looking for. So life isn't worth living if you can't be yourself. Point blank, period. Okay. Because if you always feel like you feel the need to always have to act a certain way or talk a certain way or hang around a certain group of people just because you're trying to conceal what is really the truth, it's just like whatever's done in the dark always comes to the light. So it's just like, just come to the light.
It may feel as if it is a daunting task. However, once you come out and are 100% authentically you, you're gonna appreciate it so much more.
Be that individual that you are. Accept who you are. Embrace. And when I say embrace, I mean embrace. Take it in. Take in that moment. Go in your room. Look in the mirror. Go in the bathroom. Whatever you have to do, and embrace that moment. Look at yourself like, you know what? I'm gay, and I'm proud. I'm trans, and I am proud. I am polyamorous, and I am proud. I love me. The person in my mirror loves you, and we are good. Those, aside from that, will not understand. They may not understand. I'll say that. They may not understand. But just take in that moment. Take in that moment where you are willing to accept who you are as an individual. Because it's hard. It's hard. And it's something that in society we don't really get to do. Because we always have to constantly say, oh, I'm gay. I'm this. I'm that. I have to come out.
We have to put up a
facade
for everybody.
Yeah.
And I say it's hard. So sometimes you have to adjust. Sadly, we have to adjust. But just be with you. Yes. Just be you. Just be you. Never compromise your dignity to fit into society.
Say that again.
Never compromise your dignity to fit into society. Because at the end of the day, you will always win. You will always win. I win. Every single viewer, every single person who is struggling, you are a winner. You are a winner. Get those degrees. If you want to do makeup, do makeup. Do everything that makes you happy and proud. And get your coin, honey. Beehive. The best come up is with your coin.
Chingo, chingo, baby.
Right. Just be you. And just hope it's gonna be hard. It's a difficult task. But just speaking from elders, the people who have experienced this coming out, it does not last forever. It does not. It does not. Thank you for watching. This is all we have for today. Subscribe, view, send DMs, and if you have any comments, any suggestions, anything that you guys want us to talk about, leave comments, suggestions, and we will review them. Comment, tell us, and comment on our Instagram and Twitter. And we love you guys.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride. Happy Pride. Twerk, twerk, twerk.